Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of Series Wrap Up. I'm Oscar from LA Dodger Report, and I'm here to talk about the series that just concluded between the Dodgers and the Pittsburgh Pirates, and to let you know a little bit about what we at LA Dodger Report think about what's happening with the Dodgers, and to preview the upcoming game against the Rockies later on today. So, last time we were together, the Dodgers were a 500 ball club, and they were looking very much like a Jekyll and Hyde team. We weren't sure what kind of team we had because they'd win a few and drop a few, take one step forward and two steps back, and just hover around 500. So, who knew what that team was going to be like? But fate, injuries, and a little bit of good judgment fell onto the Dodgers, and it forced their hand, changed the lineup, and we are starting to see a very good Dodgers team. Why? Because we're starting to see a very different Dodgers team. Injuries, one to Adrian Gonzalez, and a little bit of good sense, common sense, one in benching Chase Utley. Both came to pass and brought more playing time for Cody Bellinger and Chris Taylor. That really started to gel together with Andrew Toles finding his groove, and Justin Turner not quite finding his power stroke, but still hitting very well. And the team just started to gel and started to take off. So the team got young and they caught fire right when Pittsburgh came to town. What happened in game one against Pittsburgh? We saw Alex Wood. He struck out 10 in game one, and the Dodgers just absolutely stomped the Pirates, beat them 12-1. In game two, we saw Julio Urias, who gave us 7 innings of no-hit ball. But unfortunately, once Urias came out, Romo and Kike came in and almost destroyed the game. We almost lost. The Dodgers had to push to 10 innings and rallied in the 10th with, once again, youth movement, Austin Barnes coming in and getting the game-winning walk-off hit in the 10th inning. The Dodgers took game two 4-3. In the last game, last night, we saw Kenta Maeda also continue the good pitching from the Dodgers. He pitched an 8-inning shutout. He went as far as he's ever gone. He went all the way to the 9th inning, as a matter of fact, and almost got a complete game. He got 8 innings of shutout ball, which was his best outing in the major leagues. And he unfortunately gave up a 2-run home run, which killed his shutout and also killed his complete game. But the Dodgers still managed to hang on to win, and they took the game 5-2 to sweep those Pittsburgh boys all the way back to where they came from. Now, Pittsburgh really wasn't a very good team when they got here anyway, so it's not as though the Dodgers beat like an incredible powerhouse team. But you still have to beat the poor teams, and if you can't beat them, well then what does that make you? So the Dodgers were able to beat that poor team. They swept the Pirates. They're looking good. They've now won 5 in a row. They've won 9 of their last 11, and they are looking sharp, looking hot, and it's right in time to face the first place Rockies. More on that in a second. A couple of bad things came up, though. We mentioned injuries. There was Adrian Gonzalez going on the 10-day DL initially, and it seems as though his poor play earlier in the season was due to nagging injuries. We suspected as much, We didn't want to think that it was just only old age catching up to Adrian, but he seems to have had some nagging injuries that were affecting him, and he's now on a no hurry, come back when you're ready schedule. So that might have a little bit to do with Cody Bellinger busting on the scene and just tearing everything up and giving the Dodgers plenty of reason to say, don't hurry back too quickly with your non-power hitting Adrian. So we'll see what happens there. We also had another couple of injuries, though, unfortunate injuries. Brandon McCarthy, he's gone on the DL. He was pitching so-so over the season, and nobody's surprised that McCarthy, who's always injured, we're not surprised that he's injured this time, although I guess it's a little bit surprising that he found a new way to get injured in the weight room. He popped something or another in a shoulder. He claims he's good enough to pitch, but the Dodgers told him, just like they told Adrian, no hurry, don't worry, we've got you covered. You go get well. And we agree. Get well quickly, but make sure you don't come back until you are well all the way. The other big injury is a huge injury. Andrew Toles, ACL torn. He's going to undergo surgery. Season just about over. We're going to hope that that doesn't spell something like career over. One never knows when you are just coming on the scene. He's really not an established player yet. And just when he was getting his groove on, now he's injured and he's out for the season. So we wish the best to Andrew Toles. Come through the surgery, come back strong. We're looking for you, I guess, in spring training next year. That injury to Toles means that Scott Van Slyke got the call up. Now, Van Slyke went down when Bellinger got hot. A lot of the conventional writers and conventional thinkers thought Scott Van Slyke would not go down, but that's what happened. LADR wanted that to happen, and we said we thought it would happen. As a matter of fact, we let you know right here in video that we thought that that would happen, and that came to pass. So Scott Van Slyke got sent down. He was kind of stinking it up at the major league level. He didn't do much better in the farms. As a matter of fact, he was still kind of just treading water in the minor leagues. But this injury to Andrew Toles meant that the Dodgers needed somebody that can play infield, outfield. SVS fits the profile, and he got called right back up. So we wish best of luck to Scott Van Slyke. He got in the game briefly last night. They hit one to him, and he made a catch. So that worked out well. So we're wishing well for him. Positives that came out of the series against the Pirates. Pitching, solid. The Dodgers pitching is really getting very, very good. They are hitting their stride. They're giving us quality outings. They're giving us long outings. And what we really like is that they're starting to push their way toward complete games. They're upping the inning count. And they're also upping those possible no-hitter looks and shutout looks. So that's very good. Dodger pitching as a whole across the board is really doing very well. The other hero of the series is, I'm going to call my hero of the series against Pittsburgh, is Yasmani Grandal. Now, I almost was going to start calling for Grandal to be pulled as well. When the Dodgers went youth, when the Dodgers went Bellinger and Taylor, and it started to look like they were going to commit to them to staying up, I started thinking, hey, maybe we should move Yasmani Grandal over and bring up Austin Barnes and let that kid get some more playing time. Austin Barnes was already up, but I was just hoping that he'd get more playing time and have the Dodgers completely commit to a youth movement. Well, Yasmani must have heard those young footsteps coming, because he got hot and he changed my mind, and he's gone from zero to hero. Yasmani Grandal, over the past week, he's batting .500. He's got 9 hits. Last night he had a double. He's got a home run. He's got 9 RBIs over the week. Last night he went 2 for 3. As I mentioned, he had a double and he also had 2 RBIs. So he's coming up really big. Hoorah, Yasmani Grandal. Now, please just get a bigger mitt or some bigger knee covers or put sandpaper in your mitt or something, and let's stop those pass balls, and then you'd be really great. All right, so bum of the series, I got to go with the guy who's kind of being the bum of the season. I might catch some flack on this, but this is what I believe. Bum of the series, Orel Hershiser. Yep, Orel up in the booth. Now, we've seen homers before. As a matter of fact, those of us that follow the Dodgers, there's probably no bigger homer on the broadcast team than Jerry Hairston Jr. Now, I'm not necessarily against guys that are homers, but that's not what I think Orel Hershiser is. I'm calling Orel out on being a company man, on being the guy that makes excuses for the Dodgers organization. The Dodgers can do no wrong. They never make a mistake. There's never anything that they do, and all hoorah to the Dodgers. Now listen, we all love the team, right? That's why I'm making the videos, and I presume that's why you're watching. But come on, Orel, at some point, stop kissing up. All right? Orel is becoming that kiss ass at work that you just want to slap. So he's my bum. All right. Now, we're going to get close to closing up because the Dodgers are going to be going to first pitch pretty quickly against Colorado. So I just want to make a quick video today. But there's something that I wanted to point out to those of you who are following our videos and who are following LA Dodger Report online. There's something that I've been noticing this season, and I want to toot our horn, but make no mistake about it, I'm not being negative toward other sites. But I do want to point this out. So far this season, LA Dodger Report has been first in calling for moves that are the right moves for the Dodgers to make. And when the Dodgers make them, they play out to be the right moves. All right. LA Dodger Report was the first to call on, let's bench Utley. He's hurting the team. Now Utley's doing very well, and I've changed my tune on Utley. And last night he had a very good game, and so I give credit where credit is due. I'm not talking about Chase Utley today, but I am talking about benching Chase Utley back when he needed to be benched. Adrian Gonzalez and Utley, night in and night out, were becoming 6 automatic outs, 8 automatic outs. And when you've only got a limited number of outs in a game, you can't afford to keep giving away automatic outs. So Utley apparently needed that rest. Maybe he heard the young footsteps coming just like Grandal, and he got his act together. So hoorah for Utley. But returning to my point is that we were the first to call for Utley to be benched. We were the first to call for Adrian Gonzalez to be benched. We went out on a limb and we said Adrian Gonzalez is hurting the team. And we also were the first to call for Ballinger and Taylor to get much more playing time and to stay up. We called for Scott Van Slyke to be sent down. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because one thing that I've noticed is that other sites are writing the same type of stories, but generally those stories are coming up 3 to 4 days after we are covering them, and sometimes a full solid week after we've brought it to you. So I don't want to knock the other sites because we all love the Dodgers and we're all covering the same team and we're all part of the Blue Brotherhood. The only thing I want to do is ask you, continue reading everybody and continue following everybody that you are following, but consider reading us first and consider following us first, because we are the ones who are bringing you the hard choices and the hard opinions that you may not always agree with, and they may not always be right. We've been right an awful lot this year, and so we're just saying, go ahead and give us a read first. Now, speaking of first, tonight is the first game of Dodgers against the Rockies. It's the battle for first place. The Rockies are in first place, and we're going up there. Besides that, it is the battle of the Southpaws. We get Hyunjin Ryu, who's just coming off the disabled list. He's been on the 10-day DL for a bruised hip or a bruised rear end, somewhere in there, a contusion to the hip. And so Ryu is back after an extended rest. The last time that he pitched, he had a very good outing. He struck out 9, and we're looking for him to continue. Now, who are the Dodgers facing tonight? They're facing Tyler Anderson, who had a very good outing himself last time. Also a southpaw. He had a good outing against Arizona Diamondbacks. He had 10 strikeouts. Now, the bright side, though, is that he's never beat the Dodgers. He's 0-2 against the Dodgers, so hopefully he's going to go 0-3, and the Dodgers are going to hit him often, and hit him hard. Rockies is the Colorado Stadium. What do they call it? I don't know. Mile High Stadium, Rocky Field, whatever the heck they call it up there. It's a launching pad, and the Dodgers are looking at the kid Cody Bellinger, who launches it almost anywhere he plays. So look for Bellinger to come up big. Look for the big bats to start going. Maybe Justin Turner needs that thin rocky air, rocky high mountain, mile high stadium air, so that he can get some jacks out of that stadium as well. So we're looking for the Dodgers to do well against the Rockies and come out of there possibly in first place. So thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us here, LA Dodger Report. Remember to follow us online, ladodgerreport.com. Follow me on Twitter, OMSports42. Follow LA Dodger Report on Twitter. And remember, just take a second. Everything, and we'll see you. Go Dog.